The recording started. Please listen to the Shiur.
Okay, so you have here.
We have the schus of hearing from Rabbi Tzvi Rimler. Shiur.
One paper of each.
Thank you. A paper.
Okay, one of each. But before we start with that, I just wanted to make one short hashlama from last week about we spoke a lot about Amin, a lot of details, but one basic thing which we overlooked. So the Alter Rebbe says that when we're saying Amen, it could be on two types of things. It could be either on something that is a praise of the Eibishter, and then the kavanah is pashut that Amen you believe what he's saying is true, or it could be also about kasha. So it could also be both. It's the praising the Eibishter that he's capable of doing this, and that we're hoping and we're asking that the Eibishter should fulfill it b'meheda. And then we have the other kavanah of Amen, which is that it should be mekuyim. That ye'omnu devarav ubakasheisav yikumu b'meheda, it should be fulfilled, and it should materialize and be fulfilled speedily. So then the Alter Rebbe says b'mechaven both kavanas, where it's applicable. That it's like an inyan that the Eibishter is it's a shevach of the Eibishter, that you're saying you believe, your mamin, that when you're saying Amen, you're saying the bracha is true, and you believe in it. Ani mamin bazeh, because Amen is lashon hamanas dvarim, and when it's a sheila bakasha bracha, like Amen and a kaddish, so then yechaven also ad ala osid that yeomnu dvarav bakshesh alikum mehira, and in the middle brachas of Shemona Esrei, and it say and sim shalim that they're both shevach v'hidoya v'gam yichu v'kivui. So it's toiv. You should be mechaven and mamin both in yanim that it's true what he's saying, and it should be fulfilled.
You're reading something in the paper?
No, that was just Ashlam. I'm sorry, that was Dvarim Shabbat. And now we're on to the Inyan of Kaddish, which is the Inyan of Amen Yesh Mirabah. So
okay, good.
Mailam B'Kodesh.
Okay.
So the first thing
is there's no sign in the shul that says Amen Yesh Mirabah Chol Koiden like Zardina Yishal Shivim Shana. Right? It's every shul. What happened to us?
And in fact, in the shtibel where I daven,
770, even 770 has it.
The shtibel where I daven, so one side it says Ein Emrim Tachna. So I pointed out to somebody, he said, it looks like the other side is saying say Tachna. We have to read it. Because everybody just knows when it's on the other color, it's no Tachna. So it's on this side of it, say Tachna. So we have to read it.
So.
It actually says that, yeah. So.
Where do you get those signs? Anybody know?
Nothing. Not nothing.
I don't know.
Ask Yankel.
You have to make it yourself, right? You can't find it in the store. Okay. Torah Masara? Okay. Okay. Light to the shit.
So we're gonna actually do the Zohar, which is the
Zohar.
Going to give us a little bit background on what we're going to go into with Alter Rebbe about Kaddish over here. Okay. A little appreciation about this. Okay.
Kedusha di Beseifa.
Kedusha di Beseifa. Now the Zohar in Truma. Sorry, I didn't put the Maramokim. It's after Pates on the page over there in Truma. Pashas Truma. The Zohar says as follows. So says now we know that Kedusha in Shemona Esrei we all have to say together. You can't say it if you don't have a minyan. But what about the Kedusha that you say in, the Kedusha that you say in Uval Etzion, right? We also say Kedusha, that you could say, that's with the Targum, and that you could say even if you're a Yachid. You don't need a minyan. So, Kedusha de B'Seifi Targum, V'da, Filu Yachid Yachid Emerla. I mean, the Targum, because it's not Lashon Kodesh, like the Kedusha in Shemona Esrei, which is Mamish Lashon Kodesh, Aval Milin the Lashon HaKodesh, the Kedusha, Lavin al Basar. Because Lashon HaKodesh Shchinta Mischaber Badei, or B'chol Kedusha de Shchinta Sharia, Lavin al Basar. B'chsev v'nikdashti b'seif B'nei Yisrael, Inon Lashon HaKodesh Vadei, V'loi Shar Amin De'Yisleim Lashon.
So it says, B'nei Yisrael, haste us when it's Kodesh. When it's Lashon Kodesh.
It's Kedusha, but Lashon HaKodesh, you have to have a minyan. So frek the Targum, frek the Zohar. Kaddish is the Targum. Why do we need a minyan for Kaddish? You're just saying that the Iker is.
When it's Lashon Kodesh.
Lashon Kodesh, you need a minyan. But if it's Lashon Targum, I'm allowed to say the Kedusha b'Yachid.
So the Kaddish
is the Targum. B'Itema. Hakdushas the Kaddish.
The
Targum, Amai love Iu B'Yachid. Zok the Zohar, Tachazi.
Okay, cook.
Kommen Sie. Kedushas da, this Kedush of Kaddish, love Iu Kishar Kedusham Din Mishalshin. It's not like all the rest of the Kedushas which we say Kaddish, Kaddish, Kaddish. Kedushas da, is Salka V'chol Sitrin Le'ela, V'sata V'chol Sitrin Me'manusa. It goes all directions, all levels. The Tavraman Ulin Vugushpankan the parts that breaks all locks and seals of iron, clip and bishin and evil clippers. And now this is like very familiar with the Basiligani. With the Shvacha, the Stalik Beyikara, the Kuchabrichu Yatir Mishivcha Achara, the Stalku the Yatir Mikoila, which Al Rebbe brings Bekesha to is Hapcha Sitra Achra. This is mamish what happens when we say Kaddish. Every time we say Kaddish, we're doing Kaddish Skafia Sitra Achra. And therefore, Stalki Kar the Kuchabrichu, the Ila Mikola. My timer. In the Gorim Rapaya, the other girls.
To weaken.
I
get it.
Yeah, to weaken it. That's the point. And therefore we need a dafka say. You'll ask, why do we say it Lashon Targum? Dafka, because minei ubei, when you want to break the Sitra Achra, you have to say it in the Lashon of Sitra Achra. If we have to respond to the Kaddish.
Understand Aramic?
It's their Lashon. It's the Lashon of Shar L'Shainis, which are of not Kedusha. Sitra Achra just means
it's
not Kedusha. Other than Kedusha. So we're going to say, no, that has to do with the Malachim. The Malachim don't understand. That's a different thing. The Malachim don't understand Lashon Targum. But Targum was the Lashon Ha'amim. It was the Lashon.
There is some stuff that we really, the Dafka we do Lashon Aramic.
Right. And there's actually a very interesting comment which I'll also have to say about
we don't want the Malachim to understand?
No, some stuff we do in the
Some stuff in the Kaddish is actually Lashon HaKodesh, and if I'll have some chance, I'll point that out.
Okay.
And therefore, we have to respond when the Chazan says the Kaddish. We'll soon see that's the Ikar mitzvah of the Kaddish, is the response that we're responding to with the Yehesh Mirabel. That we have to respond with in kind, with that power, with that might. Why? Right?
To begin the Yizbar.
You have to break something. You're going to break something shvach. You're going to bend it. You're not going to break it. You have to give it a clap. The Yitbar Chela, the Tikr Sidra, we Stalik Kochabrichu Bikar al Koila.
So there's two things there. You say it in Sitra Achra, and you say it Bechayis.
But Azak Koyach, that's going to break it. It's going to break it.
In their Lashon, Bechayis, and that's going to break it.
And then it's automatically Stalik Koyach. We can eat, but this Chela, this Sitra Achra. When, with this Kedusha, the power of the Sitra Achra is broken, Kuchabrichu is Stalik Koyach. And now what happens as a result? What is the feedback? What is the reaction when the Eibush gets such a boost? Kaviyachol. What is the return? Says the Zohar, V'itkar Libno. He remembers his kindalach. He remembers his name. That's why it's only in 10 people. You cannot say Kaddish unless you have 10 people.
Because of what is poil. Because what it's poil that there's Yisrael and the Gila Lekos. That's why it needs 10. That's what it means. Kuchabrichu is stalik. We cut it. Kuchabrichu. So that needs 10. That needs 10.
Like we just said before, we need tashti.
That needs 10. Okay, fine.
Yeah. Avlishna al korchi. This is drach iskafia. We eat perchele. Istalik yerubju. We taver manul nikishmanish afsol kat tekifin. Avlishna. Grimdish we eat kuchabrichu lishmelanei. Zakon nam kadish kuchabrichu yoven erais kadish al miskolam. It's a beautiful shtickle of Zohar. We have now some appreciation of what Al Rebbe is going to say now. In Simin and Vav, Sifalet, that he's giving us Kaddish. You gotta run to hear Kaddish. The first shtickle on top of the Shekdushas HaKaddish Gedoyla Mikol HaKdushas. They ask why, and we just saw it. This is the Makar.
This is strong.
Yes, Yoy said mitzvah b'anias HaKaddish. Even more than anias Kedusha. Imagine, you have to run. You have 1 second, and there's 2 million in there. This guy's saying Kedusha, and this guy's saying Kaddish. Naturally, you think Kedusha, right? So no, more mitzvah, bigger Kaddish. So why will everybody say, even Al Rebbe is going to say, but nevertheless, go, if you have more time, go do the one Kedusha. Because the Kaddish that's after Shemoneh Esrei, you miss Kedusha. If you have some more time, you're going to get Kedusha and the Kaddish following. But if you don't have enough time, you just have literally 1 minute. Either or, Kaddish. Now, how do you know?
Wait a second. I have a quick. Okay, I shouldn't really ask.
Wait.
Okay,
How do you know it's more of a mitzvah? This the Rai is not from the Zayat. This the Rai is from the Gemara.
Okay.
The Gemara asks in Brachos, are you allowed to be mafsik in Shmenes? Omin Yehesh Merabah.
Just about to ask you. Okay, good.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry.
So
the Gemara doesn't ask if you're allowed to be mafsik for Kedusha. The Gemara says, Pashit, you're not allowed to be mafsik for anything. But what about for Omin Yehesh Merabah? Are you allowed to be a mafsik for that in Shmenes? In fact, the Gemara answers, yeah, although the halacha is not
Yeah.
The halacha is not say, but the fact the Gemara even asks, and the Gemara even answers, yeah, is clear. And the Gemara doesn't even ask about anything else. It's obvious that nothing else is allowed to be mafsik. Is clear that Yosef mitzvah.
I hear you. Which, by the way, this is important to mention that when Middle Shmanesek,
that's what we're going to say at the end.
If they say Kaddish, you have to stop.
We have that at the end.
So listen.
The very end.
Stop,
not at the very end, actually.
You stop. Yeah, you don't answer. You just
in 2 or 3 paragraphs. We're getting there. So now, what is the mitzvah of Kaddish? I mean, people are so caught up with answering, like the famous Hayem Yoim, Enfer in the Ominish Minabel, that we forget the Ikra Mitzvah. The Ikra Mitzvah, as we're going to say, like you just pointed out, is not the Aniyah. The Ikra Mitzvah is the Shmiyah on which you're going to be on. So let's say you cannot answer, don't feel bad. You're in middle of Shmoneh, you cannot answer. And you stop and you listen, you hast the mitzvah. And that's what I was going to say. The mamish in these Werte, the next paragraph. Mitzvah HaKadosh is not lanis, hulishmoya, from the beginning of Yiskado. Because the whole Aminish Merabah, Ani al Yiskado. You have to hear on what you're answering. Otherwise, if you don't hear what you're answering on, it's the problem with Ani, right?
Isn't there a thing if you hear everybody else saying Amen?
Yeah, of course you could answer. But the Chatchila, you can see he goes into it. The Chatchila is supposed to hear what you're answering, right? Okay.
But only if there's 9 people that heard, then you're able to answer if you didn't hear.
Yeah.
See,
even he says, in the case you come into shul, you hear everyone saying Amen Shmedabah, you should say Yehesh Shmedabah, don't say Amen. It says in the other words over here, because Amen really is supposed to say only Amen here. But Yehesh Shmedabah is a Shevach. And now people say you only need 6 for Kaddish. It's not true. You need a whole minyan, and you need even Tes Shemim. Now, let's say some people are Shmones, they cannot answer, so that's not Ma'akiv. But you need Tes Shemim. So really, you're expecting the people of Shmones to stop and also listen. Look what he says at the end.
What's the other option? When else is there no not Tes Shemim? They're out of the room.
If the people are sleeping, you have some people that are dozing off. You say, I have 10 people in the room, and then 6 people are here with us in the Kaddish. Look what it says at the end.
But the 6 that they look for at Yishtabach is the same idea, right?
Other 3 are 4 answer, yes. To be able to answer, we always look for 6. But look what he's going to point out over here. Since the Ikra Mitzvah is the Shmiyah, so v'im ein tesh, and for this you need a minyan. You need a minyan of Shemim. V'im ein tesh Shemim l'shatz. You can't even say it. Lo yimar kadesh klam. Kol davar shebekdusha yav shaleim b'pachas miyud. What constitutes a minyan? Tesh Shemim v'chadei. Whenever we say you need 10 in the room, you need 9 people are going to listen and 1 people are going to say it. That's what makes it tzibur. You don't need 10 people saying. Now, when it comes to Aminish Mirabah, so because of the importance of this and Aniyah of the Kaddish, so the Ikar HaKaddish, which begins with Yiskadol that you're hearing from, that the mitzvah is to hear from, upon which you're going to answer. Now, what's the Aniyah? The Aniyah doesn't end until Yisparach. So the Ikar HaKaddish begins with Yiskadol and ends with Yisparach. And after that, a person continues Shmoneh, as we're going to see, you continue davening. So from Yizkad, it's now between Amen and Yishmid Baruch, it's very clear that you're not allowed to be mafsik between Amen and Yishmid. Now what if the Chazan is saying it slower? And I said already Amen Yishmid Baruch. So now I'm allowed to continue. So no, wait, because since the Iker is the Chazan, the Shmiyah, so wait till the Chazan gets to Yisparach. That's the point he's bringing out to Umasha Asru. So get in the head in the bold font. Ben Amen Yishmid Yisparach. It's so important not to be mafsik, not only for yourself. Even while the Chazan is saying those words, let's say he's singing it or whatever. I already answered my Amnish Mirab. Nevertheless, lo yisapet klum. Obviously, he's not speaking about talking a conversation. He's talking about, let's say, I'm davening, I'm saying my tehillim. Wait till the Chazan gets to Yisparach.
Is the Chazan not supposed to say Yehesh Shmeh until everybody else finished saying Yehesh Shmeh?
Not necessarily.
He's allowed to say it.
He's allowed to say it along with everybody, yes. Next sit is in Simon Kudal, which Rabbi Willem pointed out.
What he's saying?
That your
Fourth paragraph.
the fourth paragraph. Simon Kudal, it's hey, very interestingly, you're in Shemana Esrei, and for that you cannot answer anything in Shemana Esrei. So we know that, but if you stop Shemei Ka'ina, so we know that about Kedusha, and he's saying the same thing about Kaddish. Interesting. Filu line is Kaddish Gebaruch Kedusha lo yafsik Shemana Esrei. Ela yishtek v'yichavin l'masheim rashatz. And what's the raya that he's even including Kaddish is because he concludes in the final words, Uchshemagia hashatz b'Kaddish li'yisparech. He says that I had to stop my Shemana Esrei even
until Yisparech.
For Yiskadol, until Yisparech. Now, it's so important.
Do you need six to answer? Do you need six?
At least six to answer. At least six to answer. That's what he says in the next Sifim after that.
Okay, fine. I'll tell you when it's most common is after Ma'ariv davening. Yes, you have a minyan tzumtzum. Davening Ma'ariv when we're doing Avelis is always like that. Last Kaddish is always like you have to wait for everybody. You don't have to wait for everybody. You don't have to wait for everybody for the last Kaddish. You don't need everyone to finish Shemana Esrei. You just need six. It's not like Chazaras Hashatz. That's very important, Tzvi, right?
Yeah.
It's not like Chazaras Hashatz. Chazaras Hashatz, you need Tes Oinim. Everyone has to finish Shemana Esrei. But by Ma'ariv, you don't need Tes Shem. I'm sorry, you're right?
By Ma'ariv, you don't need.
Difference between repeating Mincha, you need to have 9 people that finished all Shemana Esrei.
Because there you need Aniyah.
By
Chazaras
Hashatz, you need Aniyah.
Yeah.
You need to answer.
So that's why by Ma'ariv we just look for 6 people that finish the class.
Okay, good. I know Mendelbaum in 770. Whenever he sees a Bachar davening and the Bachar is waiting to say Kaddish, he says, "Well, stop!" Starts screaming. You don't need 10 people. Start saying Kaddish.
But then you're going back to the problem of what it talks about in Gemara, where you leave like there's 4 guys left in Shul and they got to walk home by themselves because everybody left. The danger.
Okay.
New York is getting just as dangerous as it was back then.
Hope not.
No, that's not.
I think they were scared of Shaitan, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Same thing.
Stam, since you brought it up, so it's in Siman Nun Hey Sivches, he says over here, Shehu Hadin im Echad Miyud Yoshin. One of the 10 people are sleeping. So you cannot answer, but nevertheless somebody is starved. They're sleeping. But then he says b'chalal not to compare someone that's sleeping to the guy that's sleeping. Nishmas mistake is he when wake up he's going to have to wash because it's tuma. So you cannot compare ein ledamis yoshin lemispalo. Just you cannot compare someone that's sleeping to someone that's davening. They both cannot answer, so you can't compare.
Okay.
All right. So because answering is such a mitzvah. Also, again, we said that the ikar is the hearing. But since it's just a schus, right, to be able to answer, you do feel like you're deprived when you're davening. So it says it's kedai to wait for. It's kedai to wait for somebody. Now, what are the qualifications? When do you wait? When you say it's tercha b'tzibur? So it's interesting. He starts off saying in the second to the last paragraph, Siman Nun Hey Siftes. Shadam Ispal Levadi doesn't mean he's davening b'yechidus alone in a room. It means that the minyan already started Shemana Esrei. He started after the minyan, so he's called Mispala Levada. He's not Mispala B'tzibur because he started the minyan, it was already midway. Now this guy is not Ma'ariv. He's going to finish it his Shemana Esrei just as quickly as the minyan. So he says, so please wait. Alpha Pishiyesh Asara Biladi. You have 10 people without him. Wait for him. Sheyeva Ad Sheyidmer Kedei Sheyizke Gamhu. Nochin Sheamtinu Milei Markacha. Ad Sheyidmer Kedei Sheyizke Gamhu. Because as long as he's not Ma'ariv, it's no Tichad B'tzibur. It's not considered Tichad B'tzibur.
But a Chabashayla.
Yeah.
What did you say now? That if I finish Shemana Esrei at the Chazan and there's 9 people, he says, but there's one guy.
Nothing. He's not saying he's not Mechayiv.
It's a good thing to wait for another guy, so he should also be able to.
Very interesting. Abbas Yisrael over here, right?
No, here. First of all, it's to be Zak another Yid.
To be Zak another Yid.
Yachid v'Ravim. There's an Avim that finished Shemana Esrei. So one more guy should be able. Fine. But I have a shayla. Because earlier you said that if someone's in the middle of Shemana Esrei and he's quiet, it's considered like he's oina.
Yeah.
So why do I have to wait for him to finish Shemana Esrei?
So you see that the Aniyah, the Poyel.
There's another extra zak.
I'm going to venture to say.
Shemina is ke'oina. That is oina mamish.
I'm going to venture to say that if this guy is a habitual guy to come late and do that, then it is tercha b'tzibur.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would agree.
It's not speaking about someone that's
It seems like
philosophy.
was saying that it was b'mikra. It was b'mikra. The guy Pasha was rushing. He tried to, and But if he's Meidich, ain't Zalham. Now what qualifies Meidich? Very interesting. Look at the last paragraph. People take, if you're slower than the rest of the people, you're Meidich. This is Alter Rebbe Lav Dafka. Dafka Lav. Va'achshav nagu sha'ashatz mamtin ad she'isayma av bezdin achtivasa.
You're in the bold word in the
Yes. Lefi sharei va'anoshim, even at the time of Alter Rebbe, this is Alter is quoting, Spal b'merutza. You could have Yechidim that mispal mila. It looks like they're being Meidich, but they're not. The Alter Rebbe says they're not being Meidich. They're just not mispalim b'merutza. They're mispalim mila. Lo yuchlu lo yimar kedushim atzibur. Lachin mamtinim.
What's that? Mispalim b'merutza means rush.
The majority of people could daven quicker.
B'merutza.
They daven quicker.
They daven quick. B'merutza. Quick.
This guy davens mila b'mila. He's not davening quick. And he's nicht Meidich. And he's nicht Meidich. It's not considered. It's not considered tzibur.
He's saying even a person who says every word is not tzibur.
Some people say every word.
And that's why. So that's why they said they wait for the Av Bezdin, because the Av Bezdin Weistrish was clearly davening mila. But what if the Av Bezdin in ein Ma'av Bezdin be'ir? What should he do? Yamtin olam ispalu mila b'mila.
Somebody.
So he says, Avo, again he bavon.
But you don't know. I would say you don't know
so
what
that's
that guy is doing.
You have to. Here you see clearly that there is three.
Okay, Tzvi.
You
go to Flatbush, you go to Bar Park. Shmones Dottin line. Triple times.
So what did we said last year?
Triple time.
Very interesting.
You can wait for any one of those people. They're all saying mila b'mila.
So people ask me.
They click in the back.
People ask me all the time, how do you mishai? So I said last year a very interesting test. He says, Amen, lo yairich yosem medai, v'lo yikatzer. So what's the shear? The shear is to say Kel Melech Naman. Now, what's the difference between Amen and your fastest Amen and your fastest Kel Melech Naman? It's 1 to 3 ratio. Syllables, Amen is 2, Kel Melech Naman is 6.
Okay.
So you see over here, that's not considered Meidich. If you're just going to take your time 3 times more than your quickest, it's not considered Meidich. That was I pushed the mathematical question.
You made this cheshbon?
Yeah, I made the cheshbon with Amen. He says, lo yarich, but lo yikatzer. What's the shear of Amen? Kel Melech Naman. So I said, what's my quickest Amen? 2 syllables. As quick as I can say it. What's my quickest Kel Melech Naman? 6 syllables. So it's 3 times the...
So it's not considered, he's saying, so it's not considered the Meidich if you're doing...
If I prolong my quickest times 3, it's not considered Meidich.
But you're talking about Shmones, so you're saying Shmones 3 times...
My quickest, 3 times my quickest will still not be considered Meidich. As quick as you can do the whole Shemana, so let's say in 3 minutes, 2, I don't know.
So it's 9 minutes. It's very long.
What, Shemana? Chazar usually 9 minutes?
It's very long, 9 minutes for Shemana.
Oh, you're saying usually...
So you see that it feels that way, because we're used to a certain standard. But...
We always think
here addresses...
I understand.
Rabbi Heller one time
said... They just don't know how to read.
When I was in college, Rabbi Heller one time said, and I'm not saying in his name because he doesn't like things in his name, but he said in his opinion, if you say the first pasuk of Shema in less than 30 seconds, or the whole complete Shema in less than 4 minutes, you're not doing it properly.
4 minutes?
That's what he said.
Okay, that's a big
now, Shema is not a raya. Shema is not a raya. I'll tell you why. Shema is not a raya to this. Because Shema, you can't even, there's so many things because of the letters.
None of those?
This is not likuva. In anywhere else in davening, it's not likuva.
Shema is the only place that you have to be
so careful
with
the letters. Not to
are words from Torah.
I understand.
And also,
I understand. But again, you're changing meaning. The whole problem is that you change a meaning when you put them together.
Not always. Yes, true. But not always. You're not really changing the meaning, but you just.
But there's places in davening, in Shemana Esrei and whatever.
Yeah, but since Shemana Esrei, the Ikar is tefillas alev, and you don't even have to hear yourself, according to one opinion. You don't have to. You have to be mechatech the oisis, but you don't even have to hear any. It's more ayin of rachmi, so I don't think there's a kapeda to go like Shema. And now then,
I never saw anywhere.
Then you're takamayich. Then you're takamayich. He said they're marich, but for that you don't have to wait. That's tikkun tzibur. So I hope there's not going to be any more tikkun tzibur.
No, there's going to be more now.
Just between Shemana Esrei, Chazar Zashatz, and Shema, you're already 24 minutes.
That's our whole menu.
If we are challenging now to get minyan, we got to be out.
Now, if you're going to want me to give a shiur next time, it's going to have to be on something else.
Baruch Kedusha.
I think over here
How long did you prepared a lot?
Yeah, this
This
didn't happen overnight. You know, this was a build-up.
Yeah. See, I think if I could say in the beginning of the third paragraph, there's an interesting story.
Yes.
That you didn't mention, but I can't say that. It says Pam Achamatzu Eliyahu. I remember learning this with my father.
Yes.
He says one time they found Eliyahu Hanavi. Yeah. The Imay Dalad Alafim Gemalim Tuna. They found 4,000 camels loaded. Amrli Ma'ilo. Tuna. What do they carry? You know, it's a crazy story. It's full of anger. These are loaded with anger. Lama.
Why?
Amalahem. Lasis Nakama Ba'afachema with this wrath. Nimish and Masaper ben Kaddish Labachel. Someone that speaks between Kaddish and Bachel. There's not a lot of time to speak between Kaddish and Bachel after Shtabach, by the way. But whoever speaks over there, it's mamash. Or ben kedusha lekedusha.
Now ben kedusha lekedusha means he's going to explain ben kaddish lebaruch in kedusha.
Ben kaddish lebaruch and then goes ben bracha lebaracha. That's between brachas of Birchas Krishma.
Yes.
And ben pedek lepedek between each pedek of Shema. Or look at that. So you put it in bold. Ben amen yahesh meirabah to yizbarich. That's why you see the rest of the vels.
Right.
The Alter Rebbe says, right? I don't think the Sfardim go. They go all the way. But the rest of the Velt, the Litvische Velt goes, Amen Yehesh Me'ram Baruch Olam Omel Maya. Right? I think they stop. The Alter Rebbe says here, between Yehesh Me'ram and Yizbarech, don't stop. Because Yizbarech really is the beginning of that. Yizbarech V'Yisrael Misnaseh. That's why the Chazan, by the way, the Chazan, he doesn't have to say it loud. He starts. You would see you hear from Yisbarech. Maybe you hear from. Anyways, Yisbarech is connected. And the Cholam Adaber Behen, anyone speaks between Yehesh Me'ram and Yisbarech, Allah Nemar V'lo Yoisi Kras, he didn't call me. So from here you see, the Alter Rebbe continues, from here you see Yehesh Me'ram, but Tzarech Loimer Gam Yisbarech, until Ad Da'amina Ba'alma, which is what we said earlier, the Sfardish way, until Da'amina Ba'alma. He
says after Hikbid Elal Tevis Yisbarach Bilvad. You see, right after the bold.
What do you say? Bilvad. You have to say Yisbarach and connect it to the word Almaya. You don't say more. It's not it's interesting word.
Why do you stop by Yisbarach? Really, some people
why don't we do
continue.
The
because then they're going to have to rush so fast that they're going to
and the word is you're not going to be able to mechavet the shots. The shots goes faster, and you have to be mechavet the shots. So if you're going to say so you're going to have to rush in order to hear the shots, and the shots is going to go faster.
On that topic, I just want to say also, that thing that you put up made a big impression on me also, where it says that if you speak during davening from the Alter Rebbe, if you speak during davening, you got to get down on the floor and ask Mechila from three people.
By the way, the Rosh in California, I heard it.
For future breakfast.
You mentioned a point why some of the Kaddish and Ramak, some of the Kaddish and Lashma Kodesh. So the Malachim, they see the Eibush, they don't understand what's going on. They see the Eibush getting all sad when we're saying the Kaddish because he's remembering. We said Itka the Zoya. He gets so sad. The Malachim get upset, and they want to. If they would know what we're saying, they wouldn't allow it to. It would be Soisim, the Pargud. They wouldn't allow the Kaddish to go up.
They're gonna jealous.
Jealous is a number of reasons. The Kolbe brings us Barichas that we sneak it with that Amish that the Malach don't understand, and then when it comes to Yisbarach Vishtabu, we're saying it in Lashon Kodesh because it's a Shevach. The Malach have no problem with because they hate. But when we're saying
there's actually three perushim for that. First, in those days, most of the language of the old people was Aramaic, and usually